AREEJ Le Dore unboxing. Let's get into it. So I have a box here, obviously DHL from, I've got my address at the other side, I don't know obviously. Anyway, so I've done the sellotape so we can get in, and let's see. So as you can see from the title, we've got Siberian Summer and obviously a backup of War and Peace. So I've fallen in love with these fragrances because I think Russian Adam is really very creative. I like what he's doing, it's amazing. And if you haven't sampled these fragrances, please do buy a decant. I don't encourage anybody to just dive in and go out for a full bottle, because these fragrances, as I said, artistic fragrances, acquired taste, it's for the experienced of noses. You can't go to buy AREEJ Le Dore if what you like is, I don't know, Mont Explorer, or you like, I don't know, Dior Sauvage, or I don't know, you know, you need to have that experienced nose to appreciate these. So moving along. Oh, we've got one. Obviously comes sealed like that. It's just the AREEJ Le Dore, made by Russian Adam, and the website details there. And another one. Lovely stuff. That's all we get. No samples. Russian Adam, come on. Could we at least get a sample? Anyway, and these actually, you know what? As I said, I just didn't feel so inspired to come on camera, be creative. I've just been feeling a bit down, and these were ordered, yes, these are from last month when he had a special on and he was doing a free shipping. He does shipping for his fragrances, $45 to England, I don't know where else. Anyway, yes, so that was a good save. To think I was saving $45. Of course I'm saving. I'm saving. And in this time, with what's going on, who knows who's gonna have a job next month? Don't get me started. Anyway, so 2 babies. I'm excited. I am excited. Let's get into this. Break the seal, and I'm just going to check them out and see which one. This should be the War and Peace, actually, the black one. I know that because I've got one. So it comes like this. Obviously I've just taken it out of there and slides out. And voila! Oh yes. So this is War and Peace 2. And obviously the reason this is War and Peace, I think it's because of the ingredients used, and it's like a fight, like, dude, how are these complex materials working together? Like, you get these, normally you shouldn't mix, or they don't mix, but he managed to create something wow. So, and you know what, I said this in my previous unboxing of Primaria de Oris, that I was going to be doing a review of War and Peace 2, comparing with the first one, because I didn't have a sample of it. It had finished, and obviously the bottles are now sold out. But Brother Uma on Instagram was very generous to send me a sample, which I now have, and I've been sampling it. I'll be doing a review of that. So this is the other one we've got. So this is Siberian Summer. There we are. Siberian Summer. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. So, new babies. War and Peace and Siberian Summer. Oh my gosh. Look at that juice. Look at the color of it. Look at that. Let's take the bottles out. And obviously Siberian Summer, I would imagine, obviously inspired by summers in Siberia, seeing as, well, Russian Adam, it's in the name, I think. So anyway, I'm just trying to take them out of the boxes, and Voila. War and Peace and Siberian Summer. How gorgeous. Look at that juice. Obviously the War and Peace is darker, but look at that, so resonant. Let's talk about the Siberian Summer. So the Siberian Summer is a musk foresty chypre fragrance with a fresh and cooling twist, and the notes in that one listed at the top. We've got camphor, there's bergamot, we've got lime, birch, tar and fir balsam, and then in the heart there's champaka, there's jasmine and galbanum. Ooh, I love the sound of that. And at the base we've got Russian cedar resin, we've got vanilla, there's vetiver, synthetic musk, and as well there's amber resin and oak moss. So wow, quite a composition. So I did sample it from the sample set I had, but I honestly can't remember, but I remember all of them were very, very resonant. God, oh, this is nice. It's got a bit of like a smokiness, and that camphor is so prominent, like Richie, you can smell it. And I remember having this camphor cream when I was younger that we used to use. I think we used to use it like on the hair, and I can smell it. And the lime richly is not like very prominent, but you can just get hints of it, just giving it a slight fresh citrusy. And then you've got the tar birch, definitely it's very almost smoky. It's quite lovely. It is nice. And like I said, as much as I love these fragrances, I think I have to leave them for my husband to enjoy. But I feel like this from the collection would be a bit more mass appealing-ish, if that makes sense, compared to the others. Because like I said, the others, it's richly fragrances, you need to sample them before you buy them, otherwise they would just overwhelm you. And obviously, oh my gosh, War and Peace, and this is obviously War and Peace too. Oh my gosh, I love this. And you know what, these fragrances have such monstrous performance, but this War and Peace does go on like, oh my gosh, it just carries on and on and on. And this is again the War and Peace 2 is a continuation of the first one. And I would just like to say, if you've got the first one, I don't think you need the second one. So anyone who missed out on the first one, go ahead, you can still get this one, because in as much as they are different fragrances, they are not extremely different. For me, what I noticed was this one is slightly sweeter. It's meant to be less powdery, but I will tell you one thing. This fragrance is complex, very creative, and every single time I've worn it, it smells different. It smells different. Every single time I pick up nuances, like, oh my gosh, it's not even the same. One moment I'm like, oh, this is so powdery. The next I'm like, oh, this is so smoky. Like, that's what I get all the time. And this is, I think, as well, what's taken me too long to speak about it. But as we are here talking, let's just actually talk about both now, the War and Peace 1 and War and Peace 2. So War and Peace, this is slightly more, as I said, slightly more resinous, sweeter and less powdery, continuation of the first one. And as well, it's we all know that, and I've said this before, it was the fastest selling Russian Adam. Like, it sold out on the same day it was released, I believe. And this is dark, leathery, and Malik, I don't want to spare this one, because I think this bottle, when we ordered this, me and my husband, we decided we're gonna leave this one, especially to macerate for some time. So now this one goes back in the box. I won't even spray it. I'm gonna leave it intact as it is, because as I said, it's a backup bottle. That's how much it is loved. it's a backup bottle. So we do have the first one as well. So new babies. New babies, new and old, same babies. So there we've got a backup. I know which one is new, obviously that's the one because I'm adding this one anyway. Yes, and obviously the first one is released from last year, so 2019, and this one I believe it does say this is a 20, it says 2019 as well, but obviously this should be 2020 because it just came out. So anyway, War and Peace 2, the differences, they have the same notes as well. I think the only difference is the patchouli in the second one is more, not as smoky as in the first one, and as well I feel like the orris root, and this I remember watching Russian Adam, he said that the orris root he used in here is of a higher quality. So basically with War and 2 you're getting slightly higher quality than in the first one, so I'm glad I have it. So the listed notes in this one, oh by the way as well, this is a dark and malic and leathery composition that's built around a mesmerizing core absolute of wild Siberian damask, ambergris and castoreum, which were created by Russian Adam. So the top notes are 35 million years old amber resin and Jesus Christ, yes, and in the heart notes we've got the ROUGE 2019, that's the Indian rose, and then there is Thai rose, there is Indian patchouli, and we've got the orris root absolute, that's the one I was talking about, that he used a better quality this time. And in the base we've got core absolute of damask, there is ambergris and castoreum made by Russian Adam, and the Indian oak moss, there is Indian vetiver absolute, synthetic civet and amber resin oil. Yes, so amber resin oil. And you know what? I was watching his videos when he was talking about these things, because I think people were calling him out like, how did you know that your amber resin was 35 million years old? And he was just explaining these processes and how lucky he was to have gotten these ingredients. And as well he was just saying, other than it being 35 million years old, when he acquired it, this was distilled from distillation, and it was, I think he said 1906. So even then it was there sitting for over 100 years old, so quite incredible. So holding this fragrance is also holding a piece of history. Can you imagine? Like, oh my god, I've got something that's million years old in my hands. Yes, yes. So War and Peace 2, and you know what? This is the sample I had of the War and Peace one. That's how much I've got left, so I'm savoring it. I shouldn't even spray it, but these are leathery. The first one is more sweet. It's more sweet, I would say, but they are lovely. And these are fragrances as well. They've got that, as I said, you get a bit of smokiness, you get a bit of woodsy, a bit sweetness, some powderiness, and virtually every time they smell different. So it's something I would say sample for yourself, because they are complex and very hard for me to explain to you how they feel, because as you may realize, explaining a fragrance is really limited to your experiences, your language, how much, you know what I mean? So someone may say, this smells like an old book, you know, turning an old book pages. Someone may say, this smells like an old furniture. Imagine you go into an antique store and it's got all these wooden furniture. But then again, I smell something hoody, and that hoodness reminded me of like when I was young, I would go like to my mom's auntie's, you know, farm, and they used to have a wood fire. And you know, that wood, that smell, that's what it reminded me of. By the way, that's a lovely memory, like going to my grandma's house, and she's got this fire, and I was allowed to do whatever I wanted, and she used to have a meadow with all sorts of flowers. And I remember as a kid going to row in those meadows, like going downhill, just running downhill, and by the time we would get back, the skin would be so itchy. Richie got back and ran straight into the shower to just shower and get all those things off you, just so that you didn't sit there scratching yourself, because that's what you... Anyway, so you get the picture. So Russian Adams War and Peace 1 and War and Peace 2, not too much difference. If you missed out on the first one and you think you loved that one, if you sampled it, you can still get the second one. They are not too different, just it's more like an improved version, the War and Peace 2. So go for it. Do you love these fragrances? Do you love Russian Adams creations? I'm curious. I love them. I think it's very talented. They are very artistic, and my husband loves them too. And as you can tell, we are collecting. Oh my gosh, I just realized I've got five. Yes, it's something to be proud of, especially when they're so hard to get hold of them. Like, you have to pay so much for postage. That's because I'm a bit spoiled. I don't, you know, pay so much. So anyway, and as well, obviously, we have this is the Bico grease. So I don't know, I'll probably be doing a review of this one. Anyway, shouldn't promise, then it doesn't happen. So Russian Adams, we've got Bico grease, and as well we do have, I think you saw, Primaria d'Oris. Yes, so that's the yellow one, the gold one, and we've got Primaria d'Oris. And obviously now we have the 2 War and Peace, and of course we have Siberian. So 5 babies, which I'm rather very proud of. I'm glad to have these babies in my collection. So thank you so much if you watched to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feedback is always appreciated. I shall see you soon. Take care. Bye.